In the opulent kingdom of Kapilavastu, around 563 BC, a prince was born. This was no ordinary birth. It was the birth of Prince Siddhartha Gautama, the son of King Suddhodana and Queen Maya. From the very outset, his destiny was marked by a prophecy that foretold of two potential paths. He was destined to become either a great king, an emperor of emperors, or a spiritual leader whose teachings would echo through the ages. Born into a world of privilege, Siddhartha was ensconced in a life of luxury. His palace was a cocoon, shielding him from the harsh realities of life. He knew not of pain, suffering, or the impermanence of life. He lived a life many could only dream of, a life filled with riches and comfort. Yet, this life of privilege was not to last. Despite a life filled with riches and comfort, the young prince would soon set out on a path that would forever change the course of history. One fateful day, Prince Siddhartha encountered the harsh realities of life: old age, sickness, and death. These realities, hidden from his sight in the opulent palace where he had spent his youth, left a profound impact on Siddhartha. His privileged existence could no longer shield him from the universal truths that all beings must face. He saw an old man, frail and hunched, a stark contrast to the youthful vitality he was accustomed to. Then he witnessed a sick person in pain and suffering, a sight far removed from the health and well-being he had always known. He encountered a dead body, lifeless and still, a stark reminder of the inevitable end that awaits us all. But it was the fourth sight, a serene and contented monk, that stirred something deep within him. The monk, free from the trappings of material wealth yet radiating peace, presented a stark contrast to the suffering Siddhartha had just witnessed. This juxtaposition led Siddhartha to a profound realization. His life of luxury, despite its apparent splendor, was just a distraction from the truth of life's impermanence. Haunted by these four sights, he made a life-altering decision. He chose to renounce his princely life, his wealth, his power, and even his family to seek the truth about suffering and the cycle of life and death. Trading his royal robes for a monk's simple attire, Siddhartha embarked on a spiritual journey that would lead him to enlightenment. Under the Bodhi tree, in deep meditation, Siddhartha sought the answers to life's profound questions. His journey to this moment was not easy. It was a path filled with years of rigorous asceticism, where he pushed his body and mind to their limits, seeking truth in the hardships of life. Siddhartha's ascetic practices were not just about physical endurance. They were an exploration of the mind's capabilities. He sat in meditation for days on end, his mind calm in the eye of the storm of his thoughts. His focus was unwavering, his resolve unbreakable, but the answers he sought eluded him. It was then that Siddhartha realized that neither extreme luxury nor severe asceticism could lead to the truth. He chose the middle path, a life of balance, neither indulgence nor denial. And it was in this balance, under the shelter of the Bodhi tree, that Siddhartha found his enlightenment. In the depth of his meditation, a profound realization dawned upon him. He saw the interconnectedness of all life, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and the suffering that arises from our desires and ignorance. He understood the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, the way to end suffering and achieve nirvana. In the silence of his meditation, Siddhartha found the answers he sought and became the Buddha, a beacon of wisdom and compassion to the world. And so, from Siddhartha, the seeker, emerged the Buddha, the enlightened one. For the rest of his life, Buddha dedicated himself to teaching the truths he had discovered during his enlightenment. These truths form the foundation of Buddhism and are encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. The Four Noble Truths, in essence, acknowledge the existence of suffering, its origin, its cessation, and the path leading to its cessation. The Eightfold Path, on the other hand, provides practical guidelines for ethical living, mental discipline, and wisdom. When Buddha passed away at the age of 80, his teachings did not die with him. Instead, they spread across continents, touching the hearts and minds of millions. They formed the basis of a new spiritual tradition, Buddhism, a path of compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. The Buddha's journey from a prince to an enlightened teacher continues to inspire millions around the world. reminding us all of the potential within us to transcend suffering and attain inner peace.